Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I'll be talking about some hot takes for the 2021 season. But before we get started today, I just wanted to mention you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY, and if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the Just Jets podcast. You could call in, leave me your question, and also don't forget the giveaway. If you subscribe to this channel and the Just Jets Clips channel, I am giving away a Zach Wilson jersey and 2 packages from Manscaped, so you can enter to win that as well. Subscribe to both, comment done when you're done, and you are entered to win. Picking will be announced when I hit 10,000. So yesterday I tweeted something out asking for your hot takes for the 2021 season. I picked 12 of my favorites and I included mine. So I'll talk about mine first and then I'll read these and react to some of the replies. Thank you to everyone who replied. Got a ton more replies than I was expecting. So I picked some of my favorite ones in this one. So my first one is that Mekhi Becton is an all-pro in 2021. And obviously for a 22-year-old, being the best left tackle in football is a pretty big ask, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. When you look at what Mekhi Becton did in his rookie year, he almost played at a Pro Bowl level. So I'm not saying that he's going to be a Pro Bowler in 2021. I think he's going to be even better than that. So I'm expecting a healthy season from Mekhi Becton, number one, because you're going to have to be in order to make all-pro status. And number two, I think he takes a step forward like Quinn Williams did in year 1 to year 2. And I think we see a really solid player thrive in this system that's going to play to his strengths in terms of run blocking and stuff like that. So I can't wait to watch him this year. That's my hot take. And I asked you for yours, so let's get into them. The first one is from NYJ Kev Guy on Twitter, and he says LaMichael Pirine will score the first TD of the season. I think that's a pretty hot take, considering that I think on a lot of people's depth chart, he's probably the 4th running back on the roster, I would say. So I would classify that as a hot take for sure. I don't know if I would pick him. My guess would be a passing touchdown to Corey Davis. Then Irish Jet chimes in. He says Kenny Yeboah 3+ touchdowns. That is a hot take. I don't know if I agree with it, but that's kind of the point of this. I want to hear what you guys think, an opinion that's a little bit strong, maybe a little out there. I like signing him as an undrafted free agent. I definitely thought he was someone that could have been drafted. And I guess the tight end position is wide open. I just think that Herndon and Croft are, a little bit ahead. And asking your probably 3rd tight end on the roster to have 3+ touchdowns is big. But hey, crazy things happen. So respected Irish Jet. That is definitely a hot take for sure. Modest M2 says the Jets will have a top 5 rushing attack by the end of the season. Okay, so let's talk this through. I love Michael Carter. I love Ty Johnson. And I think Tevin Coleman in here as well for depth is solid. I like the top 3. There's no one really there who jumps out and is going to be like, that's definitely an 1,000-yard rusher. Pencil him in. I think they're going to rotate him through. But if this is a 2019 49ers team, then there's no reason to believe that they can't have a top-tier rushing talent. They have really good run blockers. Moses is a great run blocker. Becton's a great run blocker. Elijah Vera-Tucker is really good in the run game as well. That's 3/5 of your offensive line that's really good against the run, or really good in run blocking situations. I like this one. It's a little spicy saying it's going to be top 5, but I like it. I love the optimism. Next one is from Ashton_B428. The Jets will go 4-2 against division opponents this year. I would be stunned if they went 4-2. They haven't had a winning record against the division since 2010. It's been a very, very, very long time since they had a winning record against a divisional opponent. Against their entire division. If I'm trying to find, where are you finding the 4 wins? I guess is my question. I'm assuming that actually, I can't even assume. I was going to say I'm assuming it's 2 against the Patriots and a split against the other 2. I'm not ready to go that far. I think you're probably looking at 2 and 4. I think you split with the Patriots and the Dolphins. I think you lose both to Buffalo. Best case scenario, 3-3. I'm going to say 2 and 4. The sports narrative is up next. He said Jets win the AFC East by tiebreaker with a Week 18 win against Buffalo to finish 11-6. Wow, I love the optimism there. I hope they win 11 games. That would be tremendous if this team won 11. I'm probably at 7 or 8 right now, maybe 9. I think 11's a little bit much, but crazier things have happened in the NFL. This team is vastly improved despite what some people are saying it's not going to be the same old Jets. It's going to look different this year. I don't think we see that in the win total just yet. But I think we see a much more watchable product on the field. So I love the optimism. I'm just not quite ready to go there just yet. Eugene's up next. He says the Jets will finish top 5 against the run. I could see that for sure. When you look at this, Sheldon Rankins clogging up the middle, Folo Fatukasi clogging up the middle. CJ Mosley back at linebacker is going to be big. Quinn Williams has been great against the run. I don't know if this defense is going to be a top 5 or even top 15 unit overall. But when you look at their strength, I think they'll be good against the run. I think they'll be good at getting after the quarterback. If I had to guess, I'm going to put them probably somewhere between maybe 15 to 18 in that range. I think that's probably where you're looking, because I think the corners are going to struggle. I think that's where you need the most work, but there is some upside here for sure. Suburb Cacturn is up next. He says Michael Carter rushes for 1,100 yards. Elijah Moore has at least 12 touchdowns. Jason Pinnock has at least 3 interceptions. Wow. Okay, so a lot to get into here. Michael Carter rushing for 1,100 yards would be tremendous. I don't think he gets the opportunity to. I think they split the carries up too much for him to get that high, but I love the optimism with Michael Carter. He's a player that I like a lot. With Elijah Moore, 12 touchdowns is a huge ask. I think they'll spread the ball around. I think the leading touchdown receptions person on the Jets, I'm going to go Corey Davis with 8 or 9. I think you have a few guys between like that 4 and 9 range. I don't think one person's going to get double digits. And Pinnock, I don't know. I don't think he plays this year. So that definitely would quantify as a hot take. I don't expect to see much of Pinnock at all. Jacob Booth is up next. He says one of the Jets cornerbacks will finish the season on the cusp of the Pro Bowl roster. To me, the one who sticks out and who I think that would be Bryce Hall. I don't think anyone else. I don't think it's going to be Bless Austin. I don't think it's going to be Isaiah Dunn. I don't think it's going to be any of the guys who are going to play in the slot, whether Guidry or Carter. So if I had to pick, probably Bryce Hall. But hot take because there's a lot of unproven pieces at that cornerback position. So that absolutely quantifies as a hot take. Sloan Jordan is up next. Herndon will be cut before the season ends, and May will be traded at the deadline. I figured I'd go for one that makes sense than just get really bold. I think both of those are fair. I think they're both totally fair. Herndon, people seem to either be like completely done with him, he's going to be off the roster, or he's going to bounce back. I'm leaning towards bounce back. Last year, I said he was going to have 700 receiving yards, so I'm not going to come out and predict that again, but I think he could be okay at tight end this year. And with Marcus May, if they're out of it, maybe they will trade him for draft picks if they can't get an extension done. I think they re-sign him. I don't think Chris Herndon gets re-signed, but I think he is okay and serviceable this year, and they look to address tight end in the draft with one of their 4 picks in the first 2 rounds. Gangrene for Life is up next, and he said Tevin Coleman and Blake Cashman won't be on the 53. I don't buy that with Tevin Coleman. I think if he's healthy, he absolutely makes this roster and gets a pretty good chunk of, carries. I think they mix it up on a week-to-week basis. Cashman, I believe it. Not this regime. They didn't draft him. It's not the coach that was here when he was drafted. He can't stay healthy. That's not surprising at all. I think that's a fair take on the second half of that one. Edwin Mendez is up next. The Jets offense will rank in the top 10. That is super, super spicy. That's a hot take considering that over the last 2 years they were bottom 2 in the league. I am optimistic about this Jets offense. I would be happy if they finished in the top 20. That would be a big step forward. I think 20 is probably a good number. That's where I'll say they finish. They'll rank 20th in the league. Last one is from Chief Ham NYJ. Zach Wilson will be the second Jets rookie quarterback to eclipse 4,000. I think it just means quarterback in general. I don't think a Jets rookie ever threw for 4,000, unless I'm mistaken there. Chris Herndon ends 2021 as the clear-cut tight end 1. I'll ride with you on this one, Matt. He says, see, that's me. I'm still beating the Chris Herndon drum. And he says, Jets defense leads the league in sacks in 2021. I think Wilson, if Wilson plays 17 games, he absolutely should eclipse 4,000 yards. Herndon, I agree with that one too. I think he's the clear cut on this roster. Does that mean he's going to give you 700-800 receiving yards at the tight end position? Probably not. 500 or 600? Okay, I think you could probably sign up for that. And this Jets defense, their strength is going to be getting after the quarterback. So in order for them to be successful, they're going to need to be in the top half. But when you look at the guys who can get after the quarterback on this defensive line, I mean, it's scary. It really, Carl Lawson, Quinnen Williams, John Franklin Myers, Bryce Huff in a rotational. Vinny Curry is really effective even still at this point. They're going to have a really good pass rush, and I'm excited to see that in 2021. So these are the hot takes. Drop them in the comments. You could add more or at social media at Matt O'Leary NY on Twitter. Get at me there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you next time.